अरे बेड़ा है बेड़ा दूज थाली का लगे बड़ा मसालेदार मन बोल चकमक है चकमक है चकमक 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 बेड़ा दूज थाली का लगे बड़ा मसालेदार मन बोल चकमक है चकमक है चकमक.
A as in A Ante Amalapuram, featuring Hazel Keach, from Kabir Kaushik's Maximum. As cinematographed by Krishna Ramanan, Amjad Nadim and Divishri Prasad composed the piece written by Reiki Bellam and Shabir Ahmed which Malathi Lakshman gave her voice to. Alhad Mast Jawani, featuring Manya Dadut, from Prakash Jazgang Ajl. As cinematographed by Aravind K, Sandesh Chandelier composed the piece written by Akhilesh Sharma which Richa Sharma gave her voice to. Aisa Jadoo, featuring Lara Dutta, from Rajkumar Santosh's Kaki. As cinematographed by KV Anand, Ram Sampath composed the piece written by Saima which Sunidhi Chauhan gave her voice to. Khushi Se, featuring Ishq Khudai, from Ram Gopal Varma's Darling. As cinematographed by Amit Troy, Pratham composed the piece written by Saima which Sunidhi Chauhan and Shan gave their voice to. B as in Baby Doll, featuring Sunny Leone, from Bhushan Patel's Ragini MMS2. As cinematographed by Narain Gideya and Mehul Gadani, Meet Brothers and Anjan composed the piece written by Rakesh Kumar which Kanika Kapoor, Meet Brothers and Anjan gave their voice to. Babuji Zaradhara Chalo, featuring Yanagupta, from Ishwarn Vasdam. As cinematographed by Saw or Endra Al, Sandeep Chowta composed the piece written by Samir which Sakaka and Sukhwinder Singh gave their voice to. Beedi Jalaaile, featuring Bipasha Basu, from Vishal Bharadwaj's Omkara. As cinematographed by Tasaduk Hussain, the director himself composed the piece written by Jules which Sunidhi Chauhan, Clinton Siro, Sukhwinder Singh and Nachiketa Chakraborty gave their voice to. Billo Rani, featuring Silakan, from Vekagnihotry's Dan Dana Dan Gold. As cinematographed by Atta Singh Saini, Pratham composed the piece written by Javadika which Richa Sharma and Anand Rajanand gave their voice to. See as in Chaya Chaya, featuring Malekuro Ara, from Mani Ratnam's Dil Se. As cinematographed by Santosh Shivan, A.R. Raman composed the piece written by Gulza which Sapna Awasthi and Sukhwinder Singh gave their voice to. Chama Chama, featuring Urmila Amadanka, from Rajkumar Santosh's China Gate. As cinematographed by Piyush Shah, Anu Malik composed the piece written by Saima which Sapna Awasthi and Anu Malik gave their voice to. Chano, featuring Veena Malik, from Rumi Jafar's Gayee Chohain. As cinematographed by Ghor Aralaj Joys, Anu Malik composed the piece written by Swanan Kirkire which Mamta Sharma gave her voice to. D as in Doom Doom, featuring Tata Young, from Sanjay Gadvi's Doom. As cinematographed by Nrafshah, Pratham composed the piece written by Saima which the main lady gave her voice to. Dum Maro Dum, featuring Deepika Padukone, from Rowan CP's Dum Maro Dum. As cinematographed by Amit Roy, Pratham composed the piece written by Jaydeep Sani which Anoush Kamanchanda gave her voice to. Dida Day, featuring Mate Garcia, from A New Bafseen Hasdas. As cinematographed by Amarjeet Singh, Vishal Shekhar composed the piece written by Panchi Jalonvi which Sunidhi Chauhan and Krishna Bura gave their voice to. Dan Danchini, featuring Natalia Kaur, from Ram Gopal Varma's department. As cinematographed by FXS team, Dharam Sandeep composed the piece written by Vayu which Paroma P. Dasgupta, Ravi and Sandeep Patil gave their voice to. Diliki Sadi, featuring Amrita Aroara, from Rohit Shetty's Zameen. As cinematographed by V. Manikandan, Himeshri Shamaya composed the piece written by Saima which Wita Shetty and KK gave their voice to. Daddy Mummy, featuring Urvashi Rotla, from Shivam Nayar's Bag Johnny. As cinematographed by Prakash Kuti, Devi Shri Prasad composed the piece written by Rakesh Kumar which MM Anazi and Devi Shri Prasad gave their voice to. Dance Bass and Tea, featuring Shraddha Kapoor, from Rensold Silva Zungili. As cinematographed by Hemant Chaturvedi, Sachin G. Eager composed the piece written by Amitu Abbastu Acharya which Anoush Kamanchanda and Vishal Dadlayani gave their voice to. E as in Ekdouteen, featuring Madhuri Dixit, from Enchandra's Tezab. As cinematographed by Sed Babu Azmi, Laxmikant by L composed the piece written by Javadika which Alka Yanik and Amit Kumar gave their voice to. F as in Fevicol Se, featuring Kareena Kapoor, from Arbaz Khan's Dabang 2. As cinematographed by Asim Misra and Mahesh Limai A, Sajid Wajid composed the piece written by themselves and Ashraf Ali which Momta Sharma, Wajid Ali, Kirti Sagathia and Avi gave their voice to G as in Ghaziabad Ki Rani, featuring Geeta Basra, from Anand Kumar's Zilla Ghaziabad. As cinematographed by N.K. Amram. Amjad Nadim composed the piece written by Shabir Ahmed, which Momta Sharma, Sukhwinder Singh and Mika Singh gave their voice to Ghagra, featuring Suman Ranganathan, from Mahesh Manjika's Kaur Aruksha. As cinematographed by Vijay Rohara, Himesh Reshammiya composed the piece written by Sudhakar Sharma, which Sunidhi Chauhan gave her voice to H as in Hotty Naughty, featuring Neha Dupia, from Priyadarshan's De Danadan. As cinematographed by N.K. Amram, Pratham composed the piece written by Niraj Sridhar, which Sonidhi Chauhan gave her voice to I as in Ishq Khudai, featuring Nagin, from Manishankar's Rudraksh. As cinematographed by T. Surendra Reddy, Shankar Loy composed the piece written by Arun Bairaf, which Krishna, Mulalakshmi Iyer, Shankar Mahadevan and Shweta Pandit gave their voice to J as in Jawani Se Ab, featuring Kashmir, from Mahesh Manjika's Vastav. As cinematographed by Vijay Rohara, Jatin Lalit composed the piece written by Samir, which Pratham Azumda gave her voice to Chalo Wallah, featuring Gohakan, from Habib Faisal's Ishq Khudai. As cinematographed by Hemant Chaturvedi, Amit Trivedi and Abhijit Vagyani composed the piece written by Kausamunia, which Shreya Ghoshal gave her voice to K as in Khallas, featuring Ashok Kopika, from Ram Gopal Varma's company. As cinematographed by Hemant Chaturvedi, Sandeep Chowta composed the piece written by Nitin Rakwa, which Asha Bhosle, Sapna Awasthi and Sudesh Bhosle gave their voice to Kaali Nagin K, featuring Rani Mukherjee, from Indra Kumar's Man. As cinematographed by Bashalal, Sanjeev Darshan composed the piece written by Samir, which Udit Narayan and Kavitha Krishnamurthy gave their voice to Kajra Ray, featuring Aishwarya Rai, from Shadali's Bunty or Bubbly. As cinematographed by Abhik Mukhopadhyay, Shankar Loy composed the piece written by Gulzar, which Ali Shorchinoy, Shankar Mahadevan and Javed Ali gave their voice to Kamariya, featuring Nora Fatehi, from Amar Kaushik's Tree. As cinematographed by Amalendu Chowdhury, Sachin Jaga composed the piece written by Vaivichuasta Gill, Vyakumar and Sachin Jaga gave their voice to Elazin, Lukkhe, featuring Mumaithkan, from Priyadarshan's Hulchul. As cinematographed by Jiva, Vidyasagar composed the piece written by Samir, which Gayatri Iyer, Cyanora Philip, Purnima Shrestha and Rajalakshmi gave their voice to Latlag Gayee, featuring Jacqueline Fernandez, from Abbas Mustan's Race 2. As cinematographed by Ravi Yadav, Pratham composed the piece written by Maur Puri, which Shail Malik Olgade and Benny Dial gave their voice to Lukkhe Bodek Atahain, featuring Meera, from Arshad Khan's Bumper Draw. As cinematographed by S. Cannon, Rahul Mishra composed the piece written by the director himself, which Mohammed Irfan gave his voice to M as in Mainway Hun Upb Halutne, featuring Shilpa Shetty, from Eshwarniva's Shul. As cinematographed by Hari Nair, Shankar Loy composed the piece written by Samir, which Sapna Awasthi, Chanshay Sheetal and Shankar Mahadevan gave their voice to Maya, featuring Malik Asherawat, from Mani Ratnam's Guru. As cinematographed by Rajiv Menon, A.R. Rahman composed the piece written by Gulzar, which Mayim Tola gave her voice to Mohabbat Hain Mirchi, featuring Rakhi Sawant, from Sangeeth Shivan's Choraliya Hai Tumne. As cinematographed by Ramji, Himesh Reshammiya composed the piece written by Sanjay Kale, which Alka Yanik and San gave their voice to Mehboob Mere, featuring Sushmita Sen, from Khalid Muhammad's Fiza. As cinematographed by Santosh Svan, Anu Malik composed the piece written by Chpakor, which Sunidhi Chauhan and Karsan Sagathia gave their voice to.